Dear students, welcome back to Science Online class. I hope you all are absolutely fine and doing well at your home. Dear students, in last class we are learning about the silkworm life cycle. Okay, we have learned some introductory part of the silk concept. In today's class we are going to more focus on the production of silk, what are the properties of silk fibers, and what are the health hazards in silk and wood industries. Okay, dear students, so let's discuss one by one these three things. Dear students, these are the silkworms. Already we have discussed how they are looking. They are usually in the white color, and on the different varieties of the silkworm, they are producing the different kinds of the silk fibers. Okay, so let's discuss some production of silk. Okay, so dear students, when we are going to learn the production of silk, it involves some stages. Okay, let us discuss one by one what are those stages. So the stages involved in the silk productions are given below here. Okay, totally 8 points are there, so we will going to learn one by one. So how the life cycle we have explained yesterday, same thing we have to learn here. So the first thing you must to know that the silk moth that is called as a Bombyx mori. Okay, what is the name of that silk moth? That is the Bombyx mori, lays egg on a mulberry tree. Okay, where they are going to lay their egg on the mulberry tree. This is the first step. In the next step, what eggs will be going to do here? The eggs hatch into caterpillars. Okay, eggs converted into caterpillars known as a silkworm. So this is nothing but the caterpillars, you can call it as a silkworm. So they are few chopped mulberry leaves for 20 to 25 days. So dear students, in this image you can see here how they are going to chop their mulberry trees. Okay, here you can see here the leaves are going to be cutted. Okay, so it is nothing but it is chopped by the silkworms, or you can say as a caterpillar. Okay, so this is the second step where the eggs hatches into caterpillars, or you can call them silkworms. They are fed chopped mulberry leaves for 20 to 25 days. So when the silkworms are about 25 days old, okay, after developing the stage from egg to silkworms, they need 25 days minimum. Okay, then they become 10,000 times heavier than their first stage. Okay, so this is the new thing you must to know. So one day if the weight of the silkworm is only 1 gram, then it is an imaginary thing, because we cannot predict it. So after 25 days, how much time is heavier? It is a 10,000 times heavier than the first stage. Okay, so they are now ready to spin a silk cocoon. Silk cocoon is nothing but the white balls. It is nothing but the silk cocoon. Okay, so now they are ready to spin a silk cocoon. Then what happens? Silk is produced from the silkworm. Yes, we know this thing. So how they are going to produce their silkworm? With their here in the mouth, means you can say in the head, and then forced out in a liquid. Okay, so this thread is nothing but the liquid form which is come from the silkworms. Okay, they are going to be spin it like with which part? That is the sprinters. Okay, this is nothing but the sprinters. So silk is produced from the silkworm's head and then forced out in the liquid form through opening called as the sprinters, and the silk solidifies when it comes into contact with air. Okay, so the first thing, when they have liquid in their mouth, it is in the form of liquid. Then after throughout their mouth, they will going to be converted into silk thread, or you can say as a liquid to solid form. So the silk solidifies when it comes contact with the air. So the silkworm is completed its cocoon, which is about 4 centimeter. Okay. So how much long it is? It is a 4 centimeter long, and in a 5 days by producing they are going to complete it about the 600 to 1200 meters of the silk filament. Okay. So what happened? The silkworm completes its cocoon, which is about 4 centimeter long, and in about 5 days itself, within a 5 days itself, what they are going to do? They are producing around 600 to 1200 meters of silk filaments. Okay, and the cocoons are then put it in the hot water. Okay, it is done by the human beings, or you can say as a manually it is done. Okay, so the cocoons are then put it into hot water to kill the worms as well as the loosens the filaments, and some cocoons are preserved to get a silkworms that can be used later for the breeding. Okay, so some of the cocoons are what we are going to do? We are put it into hot water to kill the worms. Okay, to kill the worms, extra worms will be there, then we have to be clean it. So for cleaning purpose, what they are doing? They are putting into hot water to kill the worms as well as the looses the filaments. Okay, we have to be break it the filaments. Filament is nothing but this is the cocoons part. So some cocoons are preserved to get silkworms, and that can be used later for the breeding. The next 7 part is a single cocoons contained approximately 1000 yards of a silk filament. How many they are containing the yards? It is around 1000 yards of the silk filaments, and the silk at the stage is known as the raw silk. So in this stage the silk is known to be raw silk. So the filaments are formed, several cocoons are reeled off and together to prepare a continuously strong thread. They are continuously preparing the silk, or you can say raw silk. How? Continuously they are going to be preparing the silk yards. Okay, this is the silk yards. So breaking purpose, these cocoons we have to put it into hot waters. Okay, then later on what happened? It will get the kill of the worms. And next, in the final stage, what happened? The threads are dried and the raw silk is reeled and packed according to quality. Okay, so here we get our silk from the silkworms, and you can say the threads of the silk, or you can say here we got our raw silk from in the form of thread, okay, which is dried. So dear students, this is the production of silk. So totally how many steps are there? It is containing around 7 to 8 parts. In the first 5 parts, this is related to the life cycle of silk moth itself. If you are preparing the question of life cycle of silk, then you can write the next 5 parts. That much is enough for the containing life cycle of silk moth. In the 6-7 part, we have explained the procedure. Okay, so for getting the pure form of the silk, we have to be crosses these stages. Okay, so these are the production of silk. So let's discuss what are the properties of the silk. So dear students, the main properties, you know about this thing, that the silk is a very soft material, it is very smooth, and the lusters. Okay, lusters means shining in nature, as well as when you are going to touch the silk clothes, it is very smooth. It's a strongest natural fiber. It is one of the strongest natural fiber. Not only strong, but it is the strongest, means very powerful natural fibers. It absorbs the moisture readily. Okay, readily means immediately it absorbs the moisture. So you can use this to check the quality of the fabrics. You can check this all the things. Okay, it is a cool to wear in the summer and warm to use in a winter. So this is very special property the silk have, that after wearing the silk clothes in the winter season, you feel like a warm, and in the summer season you will feel like a cool. Okay, so this is very beautiful property of the silk, that it is cool to wear in the summer and warm to use in the winter. It can be easily dyed in any color. Okay, so you can see there how the cocoons wear which color, it is in the white color, but after dyeing means after coloring the color threads of the cocoons, it is possible to get a different varieties of silk colors. Okay, so these are some properties of the silk. Now let us discuss about the health hazards. Okay, so in the health hazards in a silk and wool industry, what is the main thing? You can see here how the man having the disease. Okay, this man having the disease, this is one of the worker of silk or wool industries. So what is the main problem he have? So in India, many people earn their livelihood from wool and silk industries, but workers employed in these industries get adversely affected by many health problems and disease. Yes, they got many health issues, many health disease. So some of the serious health problems are discussed below. Okay, so which is the main health disease they are come acrossing? They are come acrossing like a anthrax. Okay, so this disease is nothing but the anthrax. Okay, so which type of disease it is? It is a anthrax. So sorter's job means who the worker who is sorting the wool or silk, they got such type of disease, so they can called as a sorters. So sorters job in the wool industry is risky, as sometimes they get infected by a bacterium. So as you know that the hairs containing lots of bacteria, so sometimes they get affected. Okay, so such type of disease if they have on their it is not a confirm that they will get this disease on the finger only. They can get this disease on face, legs, okay, any part of the body they can get this disease. Okay, so this is one of the bad thing in the wool and silk industries, that sorters finding many type of the disease. So which causes a fatal blood disease, which is called as the sorters disease. So which it is also called as the anthrax, or you can say as a sorters disease. So dear students, today we have completed the concept of fibers to fabric. Okay dear students, it's time to take today's homework. This is checkpoint. Here you have to be solve this, fill in the blanks. First one is a silk is obtained from the dash of the silkworm. B is the most widely used silkworm. Bombyx mori lays eggs on dash tree. Which tree you have to be think? Silkworms are also called as what? You have to be think is. In nature, the silk moth's life cycle occurs. Okay, so these are the some questions that you have to be solved by yourself. It is very important concept. So dear students, in the next class we are going to solve the checkpoints questions as well as exercise questions. In the next class we are going to complete it. Okay dear students, so let's meet in the next class. Have a good day. Bye bye.